Okay, so in this question here, 208 visitors to Cardiff completed the questionnaire. All 208 visitors had visited at least one of the following attractions: Cardiff Castle, the Millennium Stadium, and Cardiff Bay. 25 of the visitors had visited Cardiff Castle and the Millennium Stadium, and of these, 15 had visited all three attractions. 91 of the visitors had visited the Millennium Stadium, 88 had visited Cardiff Castle, 101 had visited Cardiff Bay. Okay, so there's information in the Venn diagram here, okay, and then it asks the question then, how many visitors had visited the Millennium Stadium but not Cardiff Castle or Cardiff Bay? Quite a complicated looking problem, right? But if you break it down, it's not really going to be too demanding, right? Once we get the hang of how these Venn diagrams work. The key to it, when you get a problem type question here, right, and this is a problem type question, I'm not saying it's easy, right? I'm not trying to say that we should be doing this quickly, okay? But what I'm saying is, if you break it down, it will become straightforward, right? Every step will become apparent, right? And key to this is starting in the middle, right? Start in the center, start in the overlap if possible, right? Where you have people who have visited all three locations. Now, is there anywhere here where we can determine how many people visited all three attractions? If you look closely, right, it said here, doesn't it? It says here 15, it's good to highlight this, 15 had visited all three attractions. So in other words, we've got to write 15 here. 15 people actually attended Millennium, Cardiff Castle and Cardiff Bay. And it's quite clear there, isn't it? So that's the first thing we can use. You know, we've got information above there, we've got numbers above there, but the only way you can start this question is looking at this center number here, right? How many people visited all three? Now, let's go back to the line above, because it says 25 of the visitors had visited Cardiff Castle and the Millennium Stadium, okay? So 25 visited Cardiff Castle and the Millennium Stadium. So let's have a look at where Cardiff Castle and Millennium Stadium overlap. There's Cardiff Castle, there's Millennium Stadium, and they overlap here. Okay, so it says 25 visited both of these locations, right? Cardiff Castle, Millennium Stadium. So we've got to think we need to have 25 here. But the mistake is if you start to write 25 here, because if you think about it, it goes on, doesn't it? And of these, right, of these 25, basically 15 had visited all three attractions. So we've already accounted for 15 here. Okay, so how many are left if you think about it? Because it does say, it's clear, isn't it? Of these 25, yeah, that visited Millennium and Cardiff Castle, 15 had gone to the three locations. So how many are left? Well, there's going to be 10, isn't it? 10 left to make up 25. And if you think about it then, where Millennium Stadium and Cardiff Castle, those circles, where they overlap here, it adds up to 25, doesn't it? You want the overlap here, where those two circles overlap, you want them to add up to 25. Okay, so we're done there. And let's see what else we can fill in here. Now it says 91 of the visitors had visited the Millennium Stadium. Now let's look at the Millennium Stadium, it's circled here. Now unfortunately, that's not really going to help me, right? The fact that I know there's 91 in this circle, well, I don't know where they're going to go. There's two entries here, okay? I don't know what numbers to put here, so I'm going to leave that for a minute. Let's go to the next one. 88 had visited Cardiff Castle. Now let's look at Cardiff Castle circle. If you look carefully, I got 45 there, 10 there, 15. I can work out what goes here, can't I? Okay, so I can actually use this bit of information here. We'll go back to the previous line in a minute. And if you look in Cardiff Castle, I got 45 there going to Cardiff Castle alone. I've got 10 going to Cardiff Castle and the Millennium Stadium, and I got 15 going to all three. And if I add them up, okay, what's that come to? That comes to 10. So 5 and 5 is 10, so 0 carry 1, and that comes to 7. So 70. So if there's 70 already in this circle, we just need what's left over there. Okay, so we'll take that 70 away from 88. Okay, and we get 8 take away 0 is 8, and 8 take away 7 is 1. So we get 18. So it's got to be 18 here. It's got to be 18 there for that to add up to 88. Excellent. Then let's go on to the next bullet point then. 101 had visited Cardiff Bay. Okay, 101 had visited Cardiff Bay. Now let's look at the Cardiff Bay circle. If we look at the Cardiff Bay circle, well, we've got 3 entries already. We just need to work out that entry. So let's add them up. 54 plus 18 plus 15. So if we add them up, 4 and 8 is 12, plus 5 is 17. So 7 carry 1. 5 and 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8. So that adds up to 87, and we've got 101 in total. So if we just think we need to do 101, take away 87. All right? And of course, we can't do that, can we? So we borrow from there, put that 1 there, and now we can borrow from this 10 to make that 9, and then we have 1 there. So 11 take away 7 is 4, 9 take away 8 is 1. So 14, isn't it? Okay? So that means that's got to be 14, isn't it? Because this has to add up to 101. Okay? I hope we see where we're going here. If you're getting confused by it, it's probably worth starting the video again to check each step, okay, and to see how I've done it. I've gone through each line, okay, and sometimes, I have to leave a line out, okay, because it's just not possible to work it out. You don't have to do it in order here. Now the last line, right, this last entry here I need to fill in. Of course, you've got this here, 91 visited Millennium Stadium. Now, am I any clearer on Millennium Stadium? If you look closely here, well, we've got these entries now, so 10 plus 15 plus 14, I add that comes to 9, that comes to 3, 39, so I can see now what's going to go here. Okay, remember the Millennium Stadium, it says 91 visits the Millennium Stadium, so I'm going to do 91, take away these 3, take away 39, okay, and you need to borrow here, so it'll be 11, take away 9 is 2, 8 take away 3 is 5, so 52, okay. And we're done. We've filled in all the entries. Okay. There's not going to be any outside the circles, because if you look at the top here, it says visited at least one of the attractions. So there's nobody who didn't visit any. Okay. And what's this asking for then? How many visitors had visited the Millennium Stadium but not Cardiff Castle or Cardiff Bay? Well, that's actually the last step we worked out, wasn't it? That was the last thing. So the fact that it was at the end makes sense, doesn't it? That we couldn't work this out till the end, because that's what they're asking for, isn't it? How many visited the Millennium Stadium but not Cardiff Castle or Cardiff Bay? So it's just these here. So we can say down here 52.